Picture this. You're standing in a bustling hospital emergency room. It's a total blur of scrubs, the clock is just relentlessly ticking, and you hear that terrifying sound of a heart monitor edging perilously close to flatlining, right? Okay, so welcome to today's Explainer, where we're actually unpacking a real-life medical thriller that's unfolding as we speak. It's all about AI stepping in as the ultimate medical disruptor. Imagine a patient gets rushed in with a blood clot in the lungs. Their symptoms are worsening fast, and the doctors, who are brilliant, highly trained professionals, mind you, are totally stumped. Why? Because the standard life-saving anticoagulants, they just aren't working. The treatment is failing, the clock is ticking, and literally a human life is hanging in the balance. Now, you might think this sounds like a TV show, but no, this exact scenario was part of a groundbreaking real-world trial at a major Boston hospital. Led by researchers from Harvard and Stanford, they looked at 76 actual life-or-death cases where human cognition was pushed to its absolute limits against an advanced reasoning AI. Look, under immense pressure, we humans naturally fall victim to cognitive bias. It happens. When you've got a patient with vague symptoms, they're deteriorating, and you're staring at a mountain of messy, noisy electronic health records, it's just incredibly easy for our brains to miss a subtle clue hidden deep in that data. It's literally like trying to find a needle in a haystack while the haystack is on fire. So, what happened with our impossible case? Well, the human doctors assumed the drugs were just failing, but the AI, it caught a tiny, tiny detail: the patient's history of lupus. It correctly figured out that a rare lupus complication was causing lung inflammation, which was masquerading as treatment failure. The AI absolutely nailed it, and the human doctors completely missed it. Act 1. The Gap. Why Human Cognition Fails Under Pressure. Act 2. The Surge. How AI algorithms are eclipsing clinical benchmarks. So when our human brains get overwhelmed by all that data, the machines step in. Think about initial triage. It's high pressure, information is sparse, and you have to make a decision instantly. In this chaotic environment, the AI successfully pinpointed the exact or close diagnosis in incredible 82% of the time. And the human doctors? They only hit between 50 and 55%. In the most critical moment of care, the machine straight up won. And how exactly does it pull this off? Well, by the time a human doctor has finished washing their hands, this AI has already instantly processed a patient's vitals, parsed through super messy triage nursing notes, cross-referenced peer-reviewed clinical literature, and digested up to 500,000 words of complex medical history. That level of data synthesis is just physically impossible for a human brain in that time frame. It's wild. But wait, because this is where it really gets crazy. When you move beyond triage and into complex treatment planning, what the pros call management reasoning, the AI scored a staggering 89% accuracy. Compare that to a mere 34% for doctors who were using conventional search tools. Let that sink in for a second. 89% versus 34%. That is not just a slight improvement. That is a monumental leap in clinical capability. Act 3. The Hybrid Future. Can we trust a machine with a soul? Before we hand over the keys to the we really need to slow down and talk about the perception gap, the uncanny valley of it all. See, an AI can ingest a mountain of text-based data in milliseconds, sure, but it is completely blind to the human condition. It cannot see the primal fear in a patient's eyes. It can't register the cold sweat on their forehead or hear the distress in their voice. So the big question is pure statistical accuracy enough if the fundamental element of human empathy is completely missing? And beyond empathy, there are severe, tangible risks here. AI heavily relies on statistical norms, which means it can seriously struggle to identify atypical physical symptoms that just don't fit the perfect textbook definitions. Plus, from a legal standpoint, we really don't have formal accountability frameworks for these tools yet. Who is liable when a machine makes a fatal error in a rapidly deteriorating situation? We just don't know. Then there's this mind-blowing statistic about something called automation neglect. Get this. A recent study showed an AI working completely alone achieved 92% diagnostic accuracy. But when human doctors were giving that exact same AI to assist them, the accuracy actually dropped to 76%. Why? Because the doctors simply didn't trust the machine when it was right. They stubbornly stuck to their flawed initial impressions. This really highlights a fundamental truth about healthcare. Dr. Arjun Manrai from Harvard Medical School summed it up perfectly. He said, "Ultimately, I think humans want humans to guide them through life or death decisions." And he's so right.
When you are facing a terrifying medical crisis, you need the anchor of human empathy. We need a person to hold our hand, not just a server farm crunching probabilities.
The ultimate resolution, where machine accuracy meets human empathy. So the most effective path forward isn't actually human versus machine. It's what's called the triadic care model. Think of it as 3 steps. First, the AI handles all that massive data screening and flags hidden risks. Second, the human physician is finally freed from data overload so they can focus entirely on complex judgment, reviewing those AI insights right alongside the physical human signals the machine can't see. And third, the patient receives care that is incredibly accurate but also deeply compassionate. We are honestly witnessing a profound technological shift right now. This powerful new alliance between human intuition and artificial intelligence is going to fundamentally reshape the entire landscape of modern medicine. It's all about finding that optimal partnership to solve the ultimate puzzle of human health. And the biggest takeaway from all of this? Human practitioners aren't being erased from the equation, not at all. They're being dramatically upgraded. Like the saying goes, the future isn't AI replacing doctors. It's the doctor who uses AI replacing the one who doesn't. So let me leave you with a provocative question. If your life was on the line tomorrow, would you trust an algorithm to triage your next trip to the emergency room? Definitely something to think about. Thank you so much for joining us for this explainer on the thrilling, incredibly complex, and rapidly evolving frontier of medical AI. See you next time.